Hi everybody, it's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. Today's video has 5 different stories to tell you about. Lots of news to cover in the cruise world, and I thought I'd start things off with a beautiful shot of a Royal Caribbean ship leaving Naples, Italy. What a place. Thank you, those of you who are subscribing to my channel, Traveling with Bruce, giving my videos thumbs ups, leaving me comments. Also, those of you visiting my RedBubble store, picking up Traveling with Bruce merchandise, and joining my Facebook group page, Instagram. Thank you, everybody. A special thanks also to those of you out there who, for 33 cents a day, have decided to join my channel as a sponsor member. Thank you. Monday night, 7 o'clock live show just for sponsor members. We hang out for an hour, and then we get the big show going at 8 o'clock Eastern. Thank you all for your support. If you've never been here, you have no idea what you're missing. What a place this is. Naples, Italy. I was here, admittedly, not long enough. I was here on a cruise ship visit back in 2008, and my daughter and I walked the streets of Naples during the day, of course, and I found it really fascinating. I really enjoyed it. But unfortunately, this week, there was an incident here that really is unfortunate, a real downer. The MSC cruise ship, Grandiosa, has tried to begin cruising from Genoa, Italy, to various Italian ports. They were here a few days ago, and I think the ship is sailing at maybe 60% occupancy, including the CEO of the company. And at every port that they come to, they have been organizing tours. But the deal is you must stay with your tour guide and don't leave the party at all because of distancing and COVID and everything else. I don't know what all the details of the rules are with regard to whether you should wear a mask or not and everything else, but in any event, a family of, what I understand, a family of 3 people left the group that they were part of in Naples and went off on their own to see the city for themselves. And this was premeditated. They didn't just think, oh, this is a good idea. This was premeditated. They had this in mind. And unfortunately, and fortunately, they did what they did. They came back to the dock to meet up with their ship later on, and by the time they got back to the ship, the tour guide had figured out what had been going on, and that the 3 were missing. They had alerted the ship authorities, and thankfully, the officials at the port would not let them reboard the ship, because no one knew and no one could say whether they had been exposed to anyone with the virus anywhere in Naples, and they were banned from the rest of this cruise. And this really is a sad story. Why would a family do this, knowing just how serious this is? A $1 billion cruise ship with probably 3,000+ people on board, and you're jeopardizing everyone's health with a stunt like that. I didn't even want to do this story, but it just has been gnawing at me, like I'm sure a lot of you out there. I thought you should know. Other news, MSC, I think this is good news. The Seashore, brand new ship, going to be probably as large as the Grandiosa. This ship will likely hold possibly up to 5,000 people or more. It touched water for the first time. It's been under construction here at the shipyard in Italy, and the officials there got to the point where the ship is now able to leave its dry dock, and so they flooded the dry dock, and the ship touched water for the very first time. And so what's going to happen now is the ship will be floated to another section of this shipyard. All these ship workers here were here celebrating the occasion. And the ship will now be in what's known as wet dock, because it'll be floating in water. and the interior work will be completed on this ship. It is a huge ship. You'll get a little bit of a scale here. As you see, we pull back. You see the water starting to enter the dry dock. You see these gentlemen here. There's the back end of the ship, and there's one of the propellers right there. Look how tiny these guys look compared to this monster of a cruise ship. So good news for MSC. The ship will be the third in a series of ships in a similar style. The ship has two sisters, the Seaside and the MSC Seaview. And the talk is that this ship with a 339 meter length, 339 meters long, that is huge. It will be ready by July 2021. So not quite a year from now is when the timing will be set for this ship to be released to the MSC officials, and they'll be able to sail away and head to various ports of call around the world. We wish her well, and things look pretty exciting there, which is really, really great. That's great news. Other new ship cruise news for you today from Carnival. The folks at Carnival announced with great fanfare today that they have announced the naming of the sister ship to the Mardi Gras. The Mardi Gras is being frantically finished right now. Here's an artist rendition of the Mardi Gras. The sister ship to this one will be known as the Celebration, and it also will feature a roller coaster on board and all of the various zones on board that the Mardi Gras has been promoting. The talk here is that this ship is set for a 2022 delivery. It is going to cost probably about $1 billion to build, and it will not surprise me when Carnival announces the booking opportunities on this ship. This ship will quickly sell out its first year itinerary. Shouldn't have an issue, because the Mardi Gras has virtually been a sellout from the get-go. The only problem with the Mardi Gras, of course, is that it is late, and even if it had been delivered on time, a whole bunch of cruises would be canceled because of the virus. But both of these ships will be in the water eventually. That's the plan from Carnival, and both of these ships will be sailing at maximum allowable occupancy once we know what that is, and I'm sure that they will turn a profit for the cruise line. The question is, can they turn enough of a profit to offset losses from other ships that they have? Now, it's hard to say goodbye sometimes, and with cruise ships, this is doubly true. The Boudica cruise ship right here, and the another cruise ship known as the Black Watch from Fred Olsen Lines. It was announced today that these are the two ships that are going to be retired by Fred Olsen, and both of these ships, they look rather similar to each other. I have a few photos here of each of them, but they look rather similar. They were built in the early 70s, like 1972 to 1974. They were once part of another cruise line, joined Fred Olsen a while ago, and these ships, I am sure, have had, if not a million, more than a million people on them. They have been loyal workers for a long, long time. They have a special place in people's hearts. A lot of people have celebrated anniversaries on board these ships, but it's time for them to retire. They are, after all, almost 40 years old. The Holland America Amsterdam and the Holland America Rotterdam cruise ships are going to replace these two ships, and these ships are about 35% larger by capacity than the ships they're replacing. And so the folks at Fred Olsen are really excited. They're quite looking forward to the transformation, and they're looking to get it going. The new ships will be called the Bolette and the Borealis once they're fully converted to the Fred Olsen line. So we'll be following that story going forward. Now, the last story I have for you today is a kind of a follow-up on a video I did the other day. I talked to you the other day about, I called it Genting, but apparently it's Genting Cruise Lines, Genting Hong Kong Limited. They own this company here, Crystal Cruise Lines. And Crystal Cruise Lines, They have several ships, ocean ships and riverboat ships. 6-star luxury, the finest service, wonderful amenities. This is a bucket list of mine. I would love to be on a Crystal cruise someday. I did receive an email today from the company, and I had seen press reports released earlier today that said that even though there are reports in the media that Genting is having money problems and that they're attempting to reorganize their finances, Crystal Cruises will be pressing ahead. There are no cessation plans here of service. They are moving forward with their proposed itineraries. I did commend this cruise line a few weeks ago when they announced that they were canceling all their 2020 cruises, even some into 2021. I really like the fact that they just stood up and said, look, we know we're not cruising for a while, so don't even fret about it. We're not cruising in any of the 2020 months, so plan yourselves accordingly going forward. Well, this week they came out with 2023 and 2024 itineraries. So they are looking ahead. They are thinking ahead. They are taking bookings for cruises into the 2024 year. And I wish them well. And like I say, I would really love to be on this ship with a bunch of my viewers someday. I think it would be quite a wonderful cruise. In closing, let's go back to Naples, Italy. As I've said at the earlier part of the video here, if you've never been here, I highly recommend you find a way to get yourself here. Whether you're a cruise ship passenger or whether you're visiting Italy on a bit of a tour, or whether it's a self-guided thing, or you're lucky enough to know someone that lives around here, get your butt over here sometime when you're allowed to, because this is a stunning place. Of course, the Amalfi coastline and going further south to the southern tip of the boot of Italy. What an incredible area this is. The city of Naples, what history. There are some tours you'd want to take here. You also want to visit Herculaneum and Pompeii. They're also nearby. Anyway, I thought I'd finish off this video with this shot right here. Thank you, all of you out there who are supporting this channel, finding ways to subscribe to my channel and giving my videos thumbs ups. Thank you for your comments and all of your support of this YouTuber's efforts. I do appreciate it. Have a great day. Stay safe out there. Remember to social distance. This is Bruce with Traveling with Bruce. We'll talk to you next time, everybody. Bye for now.